The tradition rolls on at Liberty Center as the Tigers get ready for a trip to state. For the girls, a seventh straight state appearance. The guys making their sixth in school history, third in a row. We're going to let the girls introduce themselves, and we'll find out more about this great year.
Olivia Kundo, senior.
Emma Babcock, junior.
Maddie Atkinson, freshman.
Maddie Roseman, junior.
Hannah Knapp, senior.
Cheryl Davenport, junior.
Sammy Spade, freshman.
All right, let's go back to the leader of the pack, Olivia Kundo. Olivia, you have had a sensational year, league titles, and leading this team. Maybe tell me why it's been a terrific year to get to state again.
Yeah, it's been really great running with these girls since the beginning of the summer, and I know that we have a really strong pack this year. And I think these past couple years, being able to learn from Brittany a lot and being able to kind of follow in her footsteps and kind of take over that leadership role where she left off last year.
Do you feel pressure in the fact that 7 straight years a team has been to state? I guess it's off now. You've gotten there again.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the pressure is off when you actually make it. And I think our goals for this weekend is we want to get in there and do the very best that we can. So I don't know that we really have a lot of pressure, but I think we have some goals that we want to meet this weekend.
Tell me about how you ramped up to be so good this year. This has been, a really good year for you.
I think a lot of it is just in the mindset that you have, and just going into the season, I knew this was going to be my last season of cross country in high school, and just being mentally tough and being able to kind of push yourself a little bit farther than I have in the previous years.
Are you shooting for a goal time-wise at state or a place at state for you yourself?
My goal for this weekend is I want to be in the top 10.
All right. Good luck to you. Emma, tell me about why you think it's been a terrific year here.
I think the team has just really came together this year, and we've had a lot of success, and I think a lot of the pressure has been off this year, and it's just been a fun year with everyone.
You guys have made so many trips individually too. Olivia, 4 in a row, and you're making your 3rd straight trip. What, I guess, did you learn last year maybe that can help you this year as you run?
I think last year I think this year I've gotten a lot more confidence, and I know what I'm going into, so I'm not as worried about it, and I think it will be really good this year.
Well, you're also an athlete in other sports. You're not just a runner. Is it the other sports help you, or how do you run different kinds of sports and still achieve so much in this one?
I do basketball, so I think that helps me a lot with my sprints and going up and down the court like that. But definitely, I love the longer distances.
Is there anything you're shooting for as a goal, as a time or a place?
I want to try and get all Ohio this year, and I want to be in the low 19. So.
Okay, good luck to you. Maddie, tell me about the newcomer on the block here. What's it been like being a freshman on the team?
I like it a lot. I love my teammates, and it's been new and different to like the races and the changing in distance, but other than that, it's been good.
Change in distance, maybe let people know from junior high to high school. You were running as an 8th grader last year. What's the difference this year?
Honestly, it just feels like you have to push yourself for a little bit of a longer time. It's not that much of a difference, but I don't know.
Now, tell me about what you've done to get ready for the state meet. What have you focused on with your running this week?
I've just been focusing on my 2nd mile and my mental toughness throughout the race.
What's your goal? Any time or place for you?
My goal is about 19:20, and just to see if I can get all Ohio.
All right. Good luck to you. I think it's Maddie Roseman. Tell me about a trip for you to state and maybe what you learned last year that can help you this year.
Well, I'm really excited to go with my girls to state this year and just push the hardest we got for this year.
Okay, tell me about what you did in the summer that has made it a great year. I mean, there's a lot of off-season work I don't think fans know about.
Well, this summer I wasn't able to be here. I was in New York, but I still ran every single day, and I pushed myself.
Okay, you guys had a lot of pressure on, with this league. The league is so tough. What were steps along the way that you guys thought, I think we can be really successful? Any meets that stood out?
Well, just working together and for every meet, just giving all we have.
Tell you what, when I was out at the district meet, the community really comes out to support you. What do you guys think about that?
Well, it makes me really excited and thankful for the community that we have.
Are you shooting for a time or a goal for you at state?
I'm just gonna try to stay with the other girls in front of me and just stay with them.
All right. Hannah Knapp, you're one of the seniors on the team. Maybe tell me why it's been a great year for the Tiger girls.
It's been a great year just because we're so close, and I love spending every minute with them, and they just make it so much better.
Tell me about your summer and why it was maybe a lot of hard work. What all went into the summer to get ready for this?
We did a lot of two-a-days and just base miles, and yeah.
2 days. That sounds like a lot of work in the middle of the heat. How did you guys accomplish that?
We would do our easy long runs, and then we would do biking or swimming, and we'd make it fun. We'd go get ice cream after, do fun things.
Well, that leads me right into the next question about what you have to do to eat well and stuff like that off the time when you're getting ready to run.
You just have to remember, even though it may sound good to eat all that junk, but it's going to be worth it at the end when you give your PRs and everything.
All right. Good luck to you at state. And Cheryl, tell me, you've been down to state before. Maybe talk about what you learned that'll help you this week.
Well, I know that like the girls go out there like a lot faster at state, so you got to go out a little faster and kind of just go with them and like be mentally tough.
But not too fast, right? I mean, there's a fine line there.
Oh yeah, there's a fine line, not too fast, or you'll like blow up.
All right. Has there been a highlight this year that maybe was one of your best races that you felt like, you know what, we're really starting to peak here. I think we can get to state again.
Actually, just last week I felt really good and I PR'd, and I think it's gonna like that race is gonna help me for next week to be like mentally tough, I guess.
All right. Goal for you, time or place?
I just want to be fast.
Faster than other people, right? All right. Sammy Spade, one of the freshmen. Tell me, Sammy, what this year's been like for you as a first-year runner with the Tiger team.
It's been pretty awesome. I mean, getting to know all the teammates and everything, it's been pretty good.
All right. What was your highlight this year? Like maybe this is where you felt I'm running my best.
Just finding my mental strengths and everything helped me get to where I was at. I felt like it was a big turnaround for me from
Right.
junior high.
Let's talk about that. What is the difference in a distance? People might not be for sure about that.
Well, from junior high to high school, it's a mile extra in high school than it is junior high, so you have to be able to memorize how to run that course than junior high, because you can't base off your running with junior high because there's only 2 miles.
Right. Now, what has the team told you about getting ready for state? They've been there before. You have not.
They've all told me just to go out there and do my best and have fun and just to run it like any other race.
All right, just like any other race, but it is for the state championships at Hebron with the Liberty Center Tigers in their 7th straight trip to state. All right, good job, guys. To state and 3rd in a row and have earned their trip in, and they are ranked in the state. We'll see how they do in the state championships. Let's let them introduce themselves.
Colin Burns, senior.
Joel Studer, senior.
Cameron Stark, sophomore.
Kyle Roush, freshman.
Tanner Roush, sophomore.
Thomas McGovery, junior.
Jacob Hograve, junior.
All right, let's get back to the senior crew and talk about, Colin, you've had a sensational year with your league performances. Why has it been a great year for the Tigers?
We've really put in the hard work this year, and this is the best boys team I've ever seen.
Well, what about hard work? Give me an idea what that all entails.
We never give up at practice. We always, I always see us, like all the boys, when we look back.
Is there things like weightlifting or anything besides running that comes into play when you're talking about training?
Definitely the little things, getting to bed early, eating right, drinking a lot of water, hydrating, and just doing the little things like after practice that really counts.
All right, well, let's count this weekend for sure. Tell me about the summer, though. What did you do in the summer? It wasn't just all running, I'm sure.
It wasn't just all running. We also...
What else did you do? I've heard about swimming or something. Is that or other kinds of training?
We also did like water running. We also four of the boys on top 7. We went to Colorado this summer, and that was one of the most like incredible experiences I've ever been.
What was the purpose of that? Was there some elite training going on, or did you learn more about how to run? What was going on?
It was a lot different than I would expect. Like I learned a lot more things than thought I would have, but there's a lot of like from a different coach. You can learn anything from a different coach. It doesn't have to be like, oh, it's the same exact thing. It's all different from each coach.
All right, you can pick up a lot of that way. Well, tell me about your goal. Are you shooting for a certain time at state or a place?
I'm hoping to be top 5, and my time would be probably 15:50.
All right, good luck to you. Okay, Joel, tell me about why you think it's been a terrific year for the Tigers to earn a trip to state.
Kind of going back to what Colin said, a lot of us got to go to Colorado, and we got to train with a lot of elite runners out there. We got to run in the altitude, and just a lot of work this summer helped us.
What does the altitude make a difference for you?
Oh, it made a big difference. We got out there, and we were breathing hard, and then we get back to Ohio, and it was like we were flying, but we were not doing any work.
Tell me about how you had to balance being a state golfer and a state cross-country participant.
It was a lot harder this year than it was last year. This year, my main focus was trying to make the state in both sports. I wish I could have got a lot more running in than I did, but I'm just glad to be back with the team and running full-time now.
You kind of caught up a little bit that you had to go back through kind of like 2-a-days almost, didn't you, after golf was done?
Yeah, it was weird. I came back, and everybody's going through the peaking phase. Everybody's not having to work as hard, and I get out here, and I'm out of shape and trying to go hard every day at practice.
What are you shooting for at state, Joel?
I want to be top 25, which is all Ohio, and I want to run about 16:30.
All right, so let's talk with Cameron Stark. Cameron, where have been some of the peaks for you this year? Where have you felt maybe this was one of my better performances during the year?
Just
Any meet in particular that stands out, like I felt I ran well?
definitely the Whitewater Invitational, just because it was our home course and felt like we had an advantage.
How about district and regional meets? What were those like for you?
They were good, and
Tell me about how you run. Are you a guy that starts out fast? You like to come on at the end? Give us an idea of how you run.
just get out at a decent pace and try and pick it up as you go.
When you're talking about guys that are seniors ahead of you, are you trying to stay with them all through the race or not?
Sometimes maybe, but
What are you shooting for at state, Cameron? What's your goal as you go down?
top 25 all Ohio.
Okay, so we've got 3 guys shooting for all Ohio. That would be good news for Liberty Center. Kyle, tell me, you're one of the newcomers out here. What's it been like changing from junior high to high school in your freshman year?
There's a lot more mileage during the summer. I feel like there was a lot more miles and more effort.
And how did your body adjust? I mean, were you a lot different when you were done?
I was hurting more. My legs were more sore, and my chest was hurting a little bit because there's just so much.
Is it tougher mentally or physically, do you think, the difference from junior high to high school?
I would say mentally, just because there's more people, and you're facing seniors, and
what have these upperclassmen told you about, running and trying to, be part of the team? What have they given you any pointers or anything?
Yeah, they've told me to you're capable of going out there and being in the top 20, and they gave me confidence so I could do it.
You've been coming on all season. Any race that you thought was your best of the year?
I would say districts was one of my best races.
You had to run at home. That was, I'm sure, a thrill. What was it like running in front of your hometown folks here?
There was a lot of cheering on, so it kind of helped, and we made me run faster.
All right. You're going to be planning to go to state. Anything you're shooting for as a goal?
I'm shooting for to get under 17 minutes.
Okay. Tanner Roush, older brother, tell me about what this season's been like for you in terms of a team going to state.
It's been really exciting. Last year I wasn't able to run with the team very much, not even on JV, but this year it's been real fun just to be out there on varsity with my brother.
Tell me about what the upperclassmen have told you about, how to get ready for races, how to I guess, improve yourself, things like that.
They just taught me to stay more confident and not be too nervous right before the races.
What was the toughest part about maybe the summer, if you're looking back? And I know everybody says it's all worth it now, but what was the tough parts for you?
Just getting out there and running. That was the hardest part, is just to motivate yourself to go out there and run because you're just so out of shape.
That's the thing. You've got to start all over again from scratch. What are you shooting for at state, Tanner?
I'd like to be somewhere around 17:10, but I'd like to stay right with my brother.
All right, so those Roush guys coming in at the same time would be a good sign for the Tigers. All right, Thomas, tell me about this season for you, and what have been some of the highlights as you ran for the Tigers?
Well, it's surely been a privilege to be able to run for cross country. Definitely highlights would be definitely the Tiffin Carnival. It was just a good race for me. Definitely the Widewater Invitational. I guess just running in front of my peers helps me to run faster and do better because, they're my peers.
Tell me about what the community support means when you run like, the Widewater meet or the district when you were here at Widewater. What was that like to have the big crowd here?
It was definitely an honor to see all my friends out there supporting me. It was really nice of them. It really helped a lot when we were running the races. Instead of people booing us, cheering us on,
All right, tell me about the summer for you. What was the toughest part of the summer to get ready for this season?
Definitely, since it was my first year running cross country, it was just getting into the groove because cross country is probably one of the most physically difficult sports I've ever experienced. So just getting in the groove of it was really tough.
All right, and your goal as you run at state?
I don't have a specific place goal, but my time goal is definitely 18 minutes and 10 seconds.
All right, good luck to you. And Jacob, tell me a little bit about this season from your perspective. Why has it been a terrific year for the Tigers?
It's been a good year because we've come out and we've just won most of our meets, and I had a good first race and then I was injured, and it was kind of neat to watch how they run because I never get to see how the faster people run because I'm always behind them. And
I was watching one of the practices later in the season, and I was watching you guys out on the track, and I thought, these guys are really running fast out here. Tell me about maybe the different kinds of training that you do during the year.
During the summer, we do just base training, which is just regular mileage. We don't do any speed workouts. And then, like, around the 1st of August, we start doing, like, mile repeats and stuff. And then it slowly gets easier and easier until the end of the year. We have 400s and all-out 2-mile and mile repeats.
Those 400s, that's once around the track, and you guys look like you're sprinting around there. What does that do for you in maybe a race that goes over 3 miles then?
I think it helps us with our last 800 more because it helps us at the end because everyone's, tired, and you can just pass a bunch of people if you're willing to go and be fast. I don't know.
All right. Now, you talked about you were off for a little bit. What was it like trying to come back?
It was hard because I sat out for 2 weeks, and then when I came back, everyone else was 2 weeks ahead of me, so I had to work to get back with them. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, in cross country, every point counts. So maybe talk about what you're shooting for.
I'm hoping to go low 18s, hopefully. I don't really have a place goal. So.
Okay. Well, good luck to the Tiger guys as they compete at state, 3rd time in a row. And for the Liberty Center boys, there has been a 3rd place finish in team history. And we'll see if Liberty Center this year can top that performance as they run on Saturday.